Don't think he'll swap Palmer from left back. There's talk about Brown, but if you've kept 2 clean sheets, you don't change your back four. It's simple as that. So I think they'll stick with that 4-3-3. And I think there's a chance they might try and match us up in midfield, because I think Adeniran, Bannon and Wing is a central midfield that'll cause problems and headaches for most teams in this division, so I won't be surprised at all if they match us up there. I think it'll be a tight game, but Wednesday will keep a clean sheet. I don't really have any doubts about that. And if we can get 1 goal, I think we could get 2, no problem. Morning. See that, eh? All predictions right. Pick the team, pick the formation, correct score. I know. What's lottery numbers going to be on Wednesday night? That's what you're going to ask me. Well, before you ask me that, ask me how much you won on my bet yesterday. I'll tell you. I didn't win out because I forgot to put it on, even though I got a free £5 bet. But anyway, Sunday, so let's review the game. There's no in this, it's just a prop. I thought I'd try and look like him who used to do football Italia, you know what I mean? Bit of sophistication. Good game, exciting game. Game of 2 halves, the old cliche. Well, it weren't, no, what it weren't really a game of 2 halves. It more like a game of 4 quarters, I thought, because Wednesday come out all guns blazing, and you think, oh, can they capitalise on this? But it's still a little bit disjointed up front. Then Donny start chipping away at us, and they start coming into the game. And like I said, Friday, as I thought they might do, they matched us up, 4-3-3. And I just thought Bostock started to, a player that Darren Moore brought in for them, he started just getting into the game a bit more, and that Gardner was a decent player. He started causing us a few problems on left-hand side, linking with that lad out there, whose name escapes me. But there were 2 or 3 times they started getting in towards end of half. And I thought, oh, here we go. Second half again, similar pattern. Wednesday come out, all guns blazing. Obviously at half time he's told him to pick tempo up. Really positive start. And I did think if we can just get that 1 goal, we can really go on and take advantage. And I thought Canberra, I thought he was really lively. I thought he showed them touches at Charlton last week. A couple of times he was offside, but I think for the big lad, his movement's really good. And there was that bit of a chance with an header. And I'm not sure I'd have took him off at that stage, I'll be honest with you, because I thought he'd had a good game. His movement was good. I thought his link play was good. But that was the first real sort of proper opportunity he had. And when you're a striker like that, that just gives you an extra 10-15% when you're going to end of something. And I just thought, another 5-10 minutes, I suspect he might have got on end of something else. It just gives you that little boost. But Darren Moore got his substitution spot on. And it's one of those situations, if he'd left them subs another 10 minutes, then you start getting that thing, oh, he always makes his subs too late, he don't give him long enough to make an impact, you know, no point bringing somebody on the 80th minute and all that. So for the manager, a lot of time, it's a no-win situation, isn't it? But he's brought him on nice and early. Like I said, I probably wouldn't have made a change that early, but Gregory come on, looked lively, put himself about a bit. And then Wednesday started to turn the screw. Fantastic goal from Bannon, who, with the other substitutions, played higher up the pitch. And it's something that Wednesday fans have been saying for 3 or 4 years. Probably since he joined the club. There was a little spell when he played on the left-hand side and he was able to get forward under Carlos. But when he's played in the middle, he does tend to play deep. Now, a lot of time, previously, that's because we hadn't had other players who've been wanting to or had the ability to go and take responsibility for the ball and say, yeah, give it me. And that's one thing that he can never be accused of. He's shirking wanting the ball. But it has negated and stopped him previously getting in them areas. Got in them areas yesterday, and you see the damage he can do. There was the goal, of course, a brilliant strike. But there were just some threaded balls for the wingers and fullbacks to get after in the second half, which is really where he comes alive, and that's where he's his absolute best, when he's sort of in those advanced areas playing off the cuff. And although he started deeper, what is good, what impressed me, is that Darren Moore looked at it and thought, no, game's there for the taking. Let's get him in them advanced areas, where previously managers hadn't done that. Adeniran, again, talked about him on Friday night. Very excited about this lad. I mean, I've heard he was a £4 million man in the past based on his potential. Well, you can see why. Bags are running. And his interview after the game, I thought that was a joy to watch. Someone who loves playing football and loves being at Wednesday. Nothing but good things to say about the club, and he just seems to have got that enthusiasm, which a lot of the players have, which clearly stems from the manager. So, a lot of positives to take. Another clean sheet, that's a third on the spin. And it's funny, if you get a negative manager, an Allardyce, Pulis, forgetting the style of football, but someone who is based on defensive football, no matter what the style is when they're attacking, they'll say things like that, so about clean sheets, and it's, ugh. And it is about the attitude towards keeping a clean sheet, because we're keeping clean sheets with Darren Moore, but we're also actually trying to attack teams. So it's like the best of both worlds. I'm excited. I really am. I thought Green looked a bit better. He is all right foot though, and I do think a stage will come. Said it the other week against Huddersfield. I do think a stage will come when he has to play on the left-hand side. Because the one thing again I noticed about the game against Doncaster, Canberra's movement was really good, but again sometimes too isolated. And I know I'm old-fashioned myself. I like to see wingers get out, beat a man, bang a crossing, but you've always got to have the winger on the other side getting in and making the second striker when that happens, and I just don't think that's been happening enough. And I do think if you play somebody like Green, who's very one-footed, right-footed, if you play somebody like him on the left-hand side, his natural inclination is to come inside. And I think you'll see him making a second striker more often when the ball's down the other side, if you play him on the left. So, and Darren Moore clearly likes him. The other advantage he's got is he's had a full pre-season. So I think that's another reason why he's continued with him on the right. Windass, I think, will fit him into one of those berths when he comes back. And he is somebody who does like to get into the box. So, all positive to look forward to. It's been a good start. Okay, we're out of that cup, but a distraction we probably didn't need anyway. The aim's got to be promotion. 2 league games, 2 clean sheets, scored 2 goals today. We've got Fleetwood coming up, and it's all to look forward to. It really is. Great to see the energy and the noise before kick-off. You know, I hope silver lining. Some folks will whinge about it, but to hear that noise again, that is something special. And great scenes after the game of the players walking around the pitch, and there's just that. There just seems to be that togetherness with the support, the players, the manager. And that don't come along very often. It really don't. You know, we've had some decent sides in the past, whatever the division we've been in. We've had decent sides for that level, whatever it is. But it's rare when you get that complete sense of unity with everybody in it together. And when you do get it, it brings a sense of sort of, not magic, that's probably not the right word, but there's a special feeling in the air that everybody picks up on. And I'm getting a little bit of a sensation of that. Now, I know you're going to say, don't get carried away. It's 2 games, it's a long season. There's all that busy Christmas period that'll causes problems like it does every team, and there's a long way to go. But as a sensation, as a feeling, forgetting about what you see with your eyes with the actual football, what you feel when you go to the game, that's something different that you pick up. And I'm getting that feeling about this season, so I'm really hopeful. Really impressed with Darren Moore. Impressed with the squad he's put together. And I'm impressed that he don't change his mind. And I know that sounds stupid. You might be chasing a game or chasing a goal down, and you might be struggling and this and it. There is that temptation, all right, we'll stick a centre half up front and just go big boot for the last 10 minutes or whatever. I like the fact that he didn't do that. I like the fact he said, right, well, we'll mix it up. Byers come into midfield. He's a tidy footballer, by the way, as well. He uses the ball really well. Quite impressed with him. But we'll just do what we're doing, but we can just get a bit more attacking-wise out of it. So Adeniran goes sort of into a more right-hand side position. Bannon pushes further forward, and the goals come. And 2 goals from midfield as well, which is another bonus, because while the front line are taking time to gel, somebody's got to be chipping in. And goals from midfield has been a problem for us for quite a while. So many positives to look at. Man of the match, difficult. I thought Hutchinson was superb again. Him and Iofa really starting to get that partnership now where they, you've got the best of the capabilities of both of them. You've got Big Dom's aerial power and his pace. Hutchinson at the side of him with his experience and his know-how and his reading of the game. I think that little sort of triumvirate of Peacock, Farrell, Hutchinson and Iofa in the middle of defence, I think that'll set us in good stead. And it's the old thing Brian Clough used to say, if you've got a good spine, you can more or less use fillers around the edge. And Peacock, Farrell, Iofa, Hutchinson, Adeniran, Bannon, and a centre forward, Kamberi, Gregory, Windass, whoever. That's a good spine. And when you've got that, like I said, you can change your wingers, whatever. And we've got a lot, haven't we? Brown, Johnson. I thought a couple of decent crosses, but I thought it was quiet overall. Green. There's a lot of options. And we've still got the lad, Silla Sow. I gather you say it's Sow, not Sow, which is quite pleasing because pigs would have a field day with that, wouldn't they? Silla Sow to come in. So, all positive. Building depth in the squad. I do want to say a bit William Palmer. Comes in for some stick. Frustrates me at times as well, because sometimes I do think he switches off from the tracking back. That's just, that's not criticism, that's just an observation. What 5, 6, 7, 8 years of watching him, whatever it is, 10 years, might be more. But he's been sticking to the task, and I've always said this when he plays left back, I think he concentrates better. I don't know if it's because he can see more of the pitch or whatever, or he's looking in because of the being right-footed, the angle, the starting angle. I think he concentrates more. And in actual fact, it was him driving on. As much as we miss maybe a left footer putting crosses in, it's him driving on and playing that ball that gets us a second goal. So a little bit of praise for Liam Palmer there, because I think it's due. Really exciting. I can't wait for the next game. It's a really positive start to the season. And like I said, don't want to get carried away. We're only 2 games in. But I'm just getting that little bit of a sense that I've probably only felt 2 or 3 times before in my lifetime of being in football, watching football. And I'm getting that little sense again. And it's a feeling inside that you can't really explain, but it's a coming together of a load of different things. The right manager, a manager with a personality that connects people, connects the fans, connects the players, and building a squad that can compete. I've got their own style of play. I think it's coming together, and I think it's going to be a really good season. Roll on Fleetwood. Ciao. I might put something in that next time, actually.